American infantry and armor struggling to fight their way inland. By June of 1944, the Allies dominated the air. Whenever the Germans on the ground broke into the open, they were subject to strafing and bombing from American P-47 Thunderbolts, the kind of aircraft Antonsen flew. Attacks so relentless, the Germans came to call them steel rebels.
It was on one of my very early missions that I first knew I had killed men. We caught a group of Germans that were on a road in an area where there were no trees, and so there was no place for them to run and hide. And we caught them before they could really get off the roads and run toward the ditches. And I remember the impact it had on me when I could see my bullets just tearing into them, and we had so much firepower that the bodies would fly some yards. And as I was doing this, I was doing it knowing I had to do it, that it was my job. This is what I had been trained to do, and I dealt with it fine. But when I got back home to the base in Normandy and landed, I got sick. I had to think about what I had done. Now, that didn't change my resolve for the next day. I went out and did it again. And again and again and again.
June 23rd, 1944. This Norman countryside looks exactly like the rich, gentle land of eastern Pennsylvania. It is too wonderfully beautiful to be the scene of war. Someday I would like to cover a war in a country that is as ugly as war itself. Ernie Pyle.
Normandy's beauty was deceptive. Allied planners had failed to understand the landscape through which their men would have to fight before they could begin to drive the enemy out of France. Normandy was quilted with small, irregularly shaped fields, walled from one another by hedgerows, earthen ramparts 4 feet high, topped with